everybody. So I am obviously doing my part in the documentary, which is ignited by Javon.ca. So I'm just gonna go ahead and answer these questions. They're on my phone, so that's why I have my phone here. And yeah. So question number 1 is, who are you and what do you do? So my name is Rachel and I'm a graphic designer for a swimwear company. The second question is, when in your mind did things become real? So this might sound really funny when I say this, but to be honest, it became very real to me when the NBA suspended their season. And I'm not a very big basketball person, but just the magnitude of that, of canceling a major league that's on television right now, and it's one of the biggest probably, that was very apparent to me, and that definitely changed my perspective on this whole scenario. Right after that whole suspension happened with the NBA, literally my workplace was like, honestly, I think we should start working from home. So yeah, that's definitely when it became real. Question number 3 is, what were the first things on your grocery list when you realized this pandemic was a real thing? When my parents and I were writing our individual grocery lists, we just wrote bread, milk, and eggs, as all of us wrote as our top things. Those are 3 things that are very essential to us, so we just decided to do that. Definitely say that was the top thing on my list. Otherwise, probably just snacks, so chips and cookies, granola bars, the whole works, But definitely bread, milk, and eggs was the top 3. On a scale of 1 to 10, how prepared do you think you were? And what do you think you could have done better? So on a scale of 1 to 10, I would definitely say I was a 4 out of 10 prepared. Didn't have any clue what could be something that I needed for this. I didn't even take measures to go and find that. I just literally was thinking, okay, well, I'll get it as I go, but I didn't take in, for example, that places are gonna close down. You won't be able to do certain things. And so definitely was not prepared at all. What could I have done better? I definitely could have 100% done my research to really think about what's important to have and get those things, research and figure things out before it gets worse. Question number 5, how has this impacted your work or business or business? So for me, like I said, I do work from home, so I am still employed. However, I'm not actually an employee, I'm an intern, so it's still kind of a not really a win-win scenario for me. But I guess for us, in terms of our business, because we are a swimwear company, it's obviously hard for us to try and sell product when people can't go places and go on vacations. And it's unfortunate because we were just about to head into our peak season and we're just about to launch actually a new line. And so we've definitely hit some challenges already, but nonetheless, we're definitely thriving. We're doing everything we can. All hands are on deck. But yeah, I would definitely say that's just one of the big challenges that we faced as a business as well. Question number 6 is, what are you doing with your time now that you have a break? Well, one thing I've definitely said is that people, I would say for me, I'm one of these people, we're just super busy throughout the week. So we always have a schedule of things because we have so many things we want to do, but we have to fit it all within how many days. But now that we have so much more time on our hands, it's definitely easy to let it get away, get almost overwhelmed, and also not really know where to start. For me, I've been trying to still work out, which was something that was a part of my daily routine, which now has been hard for me because I'm used to going to a gym and now I have to do it at home. So that's definitely different. But I've also been trying to do new things. So I've been trying to get more into my creative stuff. So start editing videos or creating things. I've also started to bake again. I used to be a big baker when I was younger and now I'm back doing it. So just definitely trying to get back into things that I knew I wasn't able to do before. So those are a couple of things that I think I've been doing with my time. Otherwise, watching a lot of TV. I think everyone has. I definitely have. Question number 7, what do you think caused this? So I saw this question and I was like, this is pretty loaded. I don't really know where to start. To be honest, I'm a little scared to really dig deep into this because it's a reality and it's a tough reality to face still. So, but I would definitely say, just as a general answer, that ignorance caused this whole thing to kind of blow up. I think a lot of people, including myself, didn't really take this as serious until it became serious. And unfortunately, in life, there's a lot of times where we wait for things to get really, really bad to make a difference. So I think just ignorance of like nobody really taking things seriously, and more importantly, nobody really taking the time to understand what the repercussions can be going forward. So a lot of people were focusing on day to day, but they didn't really understand like 2 months from now what this would turn into, or even 2 weeks from now what this would turn into. And numbers were rising every single day, and people were just still like, oh, but it hasn't hit Toronto yet, so we're okay. And oh, but it's still in Italy, so it doesn't matter. And it's just like, it only took a couple of weeks for it to come to Canada and cause it to be where it is. So I think ignorance and just lack of knowledge, I think, is kind of what caused this. Question number 8, assuming your cause from 7 is correct, what do you think we could have done to change? So pretty much the opposite of that, just be more aware and obviously be more knowledgeable. So the moment that this was escalating in Italy, we should have immediately been preparing for what's to come. I don't believe that anybody really did anything until it came to Canada, and that's when things started changing. But nobody really took it seriously. Like I said, they just waited until it got to a really bad point. So I think just being more knowledgeable, and that includes not only the government and our health organizations, but also just citizens, you know, just being aware and like starting to take precautions ahead of time, because obviously we kind of went to an extreme and people started going crazy. So I think kind of like a lighter build up to it would have been a lot more, it would have been easier to process than a quick like kind of shove into it, you know. Number 9, what's been the funniest thing you've seen so far related to the virus? So for me, honestly, I don't know if this is really funny, but to me it's been hilarious. I just think it's funny that Toronto and like millennials, we kind of made this thing relatable or kind of like cultural to the Toronto vibe. So a lot of people have renamed COVID as the Rona or the Ronas. And I just find that really funny because Toronto has a way of making something that can be as serious as a pandemic still funny and quirky and like along the lines of Toronto slang. So I saw a tweet one day that was saying like, holy fam, I wish Rona could take a break on a weekend or something. And I was just dying because I'm just like, everyone just, you know, personifies things and makes it something that's, takes away the extremeness of it and makes it a little bit more like I said, you can process it a little bit better. So shout out to Toronto Twitter. Finally, where can people find you? So you can really only find me on 2 social media outlets. On Instagram at the Rachel DeSa, and then on Twitter it's just at Rach DeSa. You can find me there. I'm pretty active more on my Instagram, where you see everything about me. So the company I work for, the graphics that I make, as well as I'm into fitness, so you'll see that as well. And then on my Twitter, I'm just more so kind of being me. Thank you to Javon for doing this. When I actually read in the email the purpose of this documentary, it blew me away, because I probably like last week or whatever, 2 weeks ago maybe, making an Instagram story that I wanted to post but I didn't. But it was pretty much me saying that I think everybody should be documenting their time during this pandemic in some sort of way. Journaling, a video, posting every day something, whatever the case is. I just feel like recording it and recording your moments would be so beneficial for future generations. It would be beneficial for people to sympathize with one another, considering that we're not seeing certain people every day and we don't know what their days are looking like every single day. So yeah, I just want to thank Javon for doing this, because that's the main reason why I did it. The purpose really related to something that I was already thinking, so this is perfect. And yeah, otherwise stay safe. Obviously wash your hands and yeah.